What's going on, guys? So today we're going to be talking about something special, and that's a Canon FD, not EF, FD 300mm f4 lens, super vintage. This lens came out in like 1984, so it's going on almost 40 years old, which is absolutely mind-blowing. And we're going to jump into, is this lens any good? We're going to jump into some photo examples and everything like that. So it should be a fun one. So let's go. I'm also going to say that this isn't the L version. They have an L version of this lens, but this is not that one. And from my understanding, the only real difference is a couple of the glass elements in the lens is changed, and it also has one extra element. Like this lens has 6 and the L version has 7. And I think that's the only differences that I know of. If I'm wrong, leave that in the comments below of what I am wrong on. And so this lens comes with a tripod collar, which is absolutely amazing. You can remove it if you choose to remove it. Adjust it, slide the lens, and you can adjust it in any direction that you do want. I don't know why you would want to have it look like this, but if that's what you're into, that's what you're into. You will also need a lens adapter if you are using this lens on any modern camera. Like I'm using it on my Canon R camera. I will link the adapter that I'm using in the description down below. That's just the one for the Canon RF mount. If you are using a Sony lens or like a Fuji lens, you will have to look into your lens adapter for your specific camera. One of the huge differences, I will say, that it has a clickable aperture ring, so it allows you to go from f4 all the way down to f32, which is absolutely mind-blowing. F32 at 300mm, like you're definitely gonna need a monopod for that, because I don't think you're gonna get fast enough shutter speed to keep up with that, or even super high ISO, because that's crazy. Along with this lens being super vintage, that means it doesn't have autofocus, so you have to manually focus all your footage. So this might be an issue, might not be an issue for some people. I would suggest you use focus peaking if your camera allows it to get tack sharp focus. And this lens is very sharp. It's super fun to work with, and it definitely has a specific look to it. It's not like all the other newer lenses out there. Like, it has a very vintage look to it, in my personal opinion. It's kind of crazy to like focus. The weight of this lens comes in at 945 grams. It's not too heavy in my opinion, especially for a 300mm lens. Like, I know all the EF versions of these lenses are absolutely huge and super heavy, especially with all the autofocus motors and whatnot. Honestly, I find it super fun to use. I definitely find it a little bit different than most lenses. Like, yes, you have to work a little bit harder to get tack sharp focus. What's the price of this lens? And it will set you back around $100 US or about $150 Canadian. That's just used, right? Like, you're gonna have to search the used market because you can't buy it brand new, because obviously it's almost 40 years old and they still don't sell this. You can't just pop into your local B&H or whatever local camera shop and be like, you know what, let me get that lens, because chances are they might not have it. B&H may have it, who knows. I will say though that this lens, it won't set you back a crazy amount of money. Like, what's $100 or $150 testing out like a 300mm lens, especially if you want to do like bird watching or just portraits in general. That's what I have it for. I would suggest you picking up this lens, or maybe trying it out and then maybe moving up to the EF version of this lens if that's what you do like to use, because those lenses are a lot more money. The lens hood is built into the lens, so no more losing your lens hood. The lens cap is definitely different. I don't think it's a better alternative, but it is nice to see an actual metal cap. I did recently make a review on a variable ND, and I said I loved the metal lens cap that it had, and this also has a metal lens cap, which is ideal. So if you are picking up this lens, I definitely would suggest you having a tripod or a monopod. The lens also has a drop-in filter system, so you don't actually filters on the front of the lens, you're gonna drop them into the back of the lens, and they still use this feature today. That's all I have for this crazy random review. If you do have any questions about this lens or any other lenses that you do want me to review, leave it down in the comments down below. And I do hope you enjoyed this quick little random review. And until the next video, peace.